Hey, a couple people suggested a studio tour might be a good idea, and it definitely is, so here we go. Vertical, mostly for the vibes and because I haven't done much that way. Okay, first is the control room. Where did you walk in? The pretty desk in the window. Let's look at this for no reason real quick, and we're done. I don't really know what I'm showing here. Oh, that's that, well, I guess we'll get there. What is this guy doing? Oh, okay, Eastwood, P90s, Wolf Tone. Love that guy's pickups. Buy them. Buy them! This is my Sigma acoustic. It's a pre-buyout, so it's early under Martin, probably about 77, pretty old. Love the sound of this thing. It's been on a lot of records. I could use a couple other acoustics, but this one really does well by me. Next to it is this really cool little African banjo I got at the yard sale. It's made in Kenya. I know this because there's a sticker on the back that tells me so. You probably can't tell. Maybe that's a carved monkey on the top, and it's an animal skin. It's really neat. It's not particularly musical. It's more of a showpiece than it is an instrument, but it's very cool. Smash cut to the Moog Minotaur. I think it's Moog. I've been told a bunch of times that's Moog like Vogue, not Moog like Moog. That thing's awesome. Little bass machine. Fantastic unit. I love it. Gets a lot of use. The Donner, also a small monophonic synth. Really bought it just because it was like super cheap. It was on sale, maybe $105, $10, something like that. IMO, the fact that you can get a total usable synth for $100 is pretty badass. And smash cut back to the desk. Let's see what we got here. A couple Audioscape units, the LA2A and the 1176. Audioscape really goes above and beyond in finding like new old stock stuff to build their units out of, so they really sound good and surprisingly like the vintage units do. Although to be fair, all the vintage units sound different from one another because that's how aging kind of works on equipment like this. But these are really badass and they get a lot of use. Next up, we have the world's most expensive mouse pad, Soldano Hot Rod 50. Love this amp. It's one of those things. It's so good that you could use it almost on everything or almost in any style. My joke is like, it's a one-trick pony, but that trick always works. That's not quite true, but it is one of those things that is so reliable that it's almost annoying how often it is the right answer to a problem. It's crazy how good that amp is. That's why it's the one in the control room. Here we go. Here. All right. Starting from the bottom, we have Apogee conversion, then 8 Neve 1176 preamps, the headphone amp, an Apogee interface, and then we move up to the Audioscape V-Comp. You can tell I like their stuff. That's an old Varimoo compressor with like 9 tubes in it. That thing's amazing. I love it. The green 2-channel compressor is a Daking FET compressor. Rides on the clean side, but it's a great compressor. You could use it for literally anything. If I only could have one, it'd be that. There is a Wes Audio Dione. It's another 2-channel compressor, really fast kind of bus compressor stuff. Can be controlled over USB. Then we move along to the MA5 preamp, a Designs P1 preamp, XQP, Band XL EQ, a V3A Audioscape clone, then a couple Trident ADB preamps, and a pair of XQP optical compressors. And then back down because I skipped the Daking Mic Pre 4. Those are amazing preamps. If I only had one preamp, the Daking might be it. It's a close call. That P1's real handy, but I like the Daking more for bass and acoustics and a bunch of other stuff, really. It's a toss-up. Shoe Tree, there's a ton of guitar pedals in there and a bunch of tools and capos and slides and mutes and harmonicas and adapters. I won't go through it all because we'd be here till we all died. Sliding into room 2, you see one conga. Oh, and then the keyboards. That's a Behringer DeepMind 12. That's a 12-voice polyphonic analog synth keyboard. That thing's crazy. And behind it is a Roland 88 weighted key keyboard, mostly for a controller, but sometimes it sounds. A pair of Friedmans. We have the Friedman JJ and the Friedman Wildwood, the 20-watt versions. Those both have like cab sim outs on them. Of course, it still sounds better through a real speaker, but it's handy, especially for like scratch tracking or, stuff like that. My little Fender Champ, Silverface. Those of you that are like really in the know will realize that's a very late Silverface. And then Marshall JVM 2000, 2-channel. This one's a 50-watt, great amp, especially for like modern metal tones. Of course, you need to overdrive. That's how the world works. And underneath it is not a Marshall 2x12 cab. One of them is a GT75 Celestion, and the other speaker is a Jensen P30, like come with the old Fender amps. One of the ones with the green bell cover. Ooh, look, my cello. It's a cheap cello. It's great, though. I love it. Don't forget the Megaphone, essential studio gear. Another conga, some shaky thing. Then on the right is a Partcaster Telecaster. This Washburn, which was the first bass I ever owned, it doesn't have frets. Somebody pulled the frets out of it and epoxied over the problem areas. I didn't know they were supposed to have frets, so I learned to play on a fretless bass. It was powder blue when I bought it, and then I stripped that off. Eastwood, a copy of an Ampeg bass. That's why you see the open F holes in it. I love that bass. That's my primary bass to use live, and it goes on a lot of recordings and stuff. Sounds great. We got the open headstock. The one it's copying had a scrolled headstock, but kind of this is better, honestly. And zoom in on the mic tree. There's a couple Lewitts up there, a couple Earthworks. The square ones are old Octava ML19 ribbon mics, cardioid. They're really good sounding for a ribbon mic. They're not so dark. Something about the chambering in them, I don't know. It's complicated and I don't understand it. That's also an Octava 319. I had a ton of these over the years. They have kind of infamously bad quality control, and this one's the one that stuck. This one's a really good sounding mic. So I like it a lot. Ooh, little Samar, whatever. They make ribbons. I have a couple Samar ribbons that I don't think are in this video, but that's a little like side address, tiny, jam it in a small place kind of mic. It's cool. Back to the other stuff. Oh, my little light box. Some headphones. Headphones are amazing, Andy. Going into the back room. I got some lights set up in here so we can see. What is this guy doing? Oh, he's gonna do a scan of the room. You'd think I just paid a random stranger and had never seen this before. There's a PRS SE. Everybody that plays that guitar loves it. It's just like this medium price guitar, but it sounds good. It plays nice. Everybody digs it. Next to that is the a little ukulele bass. I love that thing. Straight in. It's got as much bottom end as a stand up. It's a really neat sound. Just recorded a comedic cover of Rapper's Delight for somebody, and the bass line was played on that. Following quickly is a Baron amp that is a made in the USA hand-wired amplifier. It is great. Best clean amp I've ever seen in my entire life, including all amps. It's basically the clean tone of a Fender amp, but without the pain pingy part of it, which is a neat trick. Underneath that is a Mesa cab with 4 different speakers in it, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what all those speakers are. There's a V30 in the top right for sure, because that gets used a lot, and there's like a Creamback, and God, I don't even know. There are 4 different ones. Just move the mic around. Use the one you like. That's a GNL jazz bass. Love that thing. It used to have a different neck, but the truss rod snapped. It was given to me by Jim Beaver. Thank you. That bass is amazing. Truss rod snapped, so I put a different neck on it, and it's like, now it's even better with the new neck. That is exactly the neck that thing needed, a bright neck for that bass. Those are sticks and stuff. That's another Eastwood. Have a lot of Eastwoods because I like their reissues. That is a guitar version of the bass that I own, but it comes in white and it has P90s. P90s are very me. That's why there's a couple guitars with P90s in here. Not gonna lie, I really bought it because it looks cool, but it also sounds good. And now we're at the Fender P-Bass. Absolutely essential. Have to have it. The most used bass in recording of all time, and it's not even close. And there's absolutely a reason for that. You have to have a P-Bass in a studio. Now we're going to go to the right. Now we're going to go back left. These pedals were made by a friend of mine, Eddie. They're acid etched, so they're like textured on the top. The one on the left is a custom he made for me, obviously, and those are 2 different distortions that he made. They're amazing pedals. If you can get him to make them, that's the trick. He's not always like gonna do it, just sometimes. Little spring reverb, some bongos, a wood thing you can clonk on, you know, a kalimba, you know, if you're feeling Caribbean, or I don't know where they come from. Honestly, it's probably Africa. Then you have the vintage Big Muff and a couple more giraffe thingies, a Moog pedal, similar distortions, old prototype of Eddie's in the background there. Another mic tree. This isn't all my dynamics there, but it's some of them and a bunch of headphones. That thing has a ton more mics in it, just waiting to be used. Cords and, you know, a bunch of mics from the podcast I used to do. Got a bunch of those RE20, whatever, 320s. Big shelf up there. That's where I keep the drums because the place is small, so everything has to go up on the walls. So pull them down if we need drums. Birch kit. Not an expensive kit, but I love it. There's the Acrolite over there with wood hoops. Let's walk this way. Oh, the Randall RB500 solid state bass amp. I love that thing. I've had that head forever. It is one of my favorite bass amps that ever existed. Maybe it's just because I own it, but it's on a lot of records and it sounds good. Yes, I still call them records. I don't know why. Underneath it is an Ampeg B25, I think, but it could be a 52. I can't remember, and the numbers are all rubbed off. You can kind of think about it like a low wattage SVT, and it's from that era. It's properly old. The only thing is that needs a little repair. If it gets too loud, it makes a distortion of the wrong kind. Nobody can figure it out. Yeah, let's get real close. Then let's back up, and it could be fuzzy, and then it'll come back into focus. Good job. Then the Avatar 2x12 bass cab of mine on the bottom. Great cab. Thank God I don't have to carry it anywhere. Honestly, I gig with like a Fender Rumble because I'm lazy and DIs are a thing. Oh, look, mic stands. Yay! I guess we're walking back around the room again. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the middle room that we've already seen. Let's do through it again, I guess. Oh, stop at the cymbals. That's just a little pile of color cymbals over there. And here we are. There's that stag on the top, but mostly that's all Zildjian AA stuff. New Beat hi-hats. Love those hi-hats. There's a Sabian ride and a Zildjian ride. It's a stack of stuff over there. Some color stuff. And now, why didn't I do the mic? Where's the big mic? Did I forget to do the big vocal mic that I expect? Oh, look. An Electra humbucker with coil taps. That's also Wolf Tone pickups. Great guitar, solid, you know, good looking, handsome, friendly. It's the kind of guy you'd like to meet at a bar. Can't believe I forgot to do this. That's a Bronner Panthera. It's kind of my main vocal mic. Probably never heard of Bronner. Google them. They're amazing German mic makers. And look, there's a Greg. Cat is optional. Yes, very fluffy, very friendly. Scratch his little head. He likes you. He will be your friend. Here we have the Neve RN17. I have a pair of these, mostly used for overheads, but acoustics and stuff as well. And then, Octava ML16, probably like 69 or something. Pretty old ribbon mic, pretty badass. There's one more ribbon. struggle, struggle to struggle. And this is a Samar AL95. I got a pair of these ribbon mic. I've actually found lately that I'm pretty into using these for vocals. They require a little EQ, but they EQ up very nicely. And lastly, the Sennheiser 416 shotgun mic. It's the mic I use when I'm doing videos. You see me in the chair. This isn't all of them, but I'm done now. Good luck.